welcome back to Justice League Pokemon Crystal, here with Hutch once again.
I'm still here.
Why?
I don't know.
We are tackling the Pokemon Lighthouse, because there's lots of trainers all the way up to the top, so here we go. The Gentleman Alfred.
Alfred Pennyworth? That's Alfred Pennyworth.
Alright. Quilava, Carl.
Why has he still got these basic moves? When does he start getting some more
I don't know.
advanced ones? Ember's pretty
I know, Carl's
basic
kind of
with
sucking right now.
fire move.
I swear to God, like...
I want to remember the fire, like flamethrower and all that stuff come in much later. Crap.
Mummo was doing a lot better than Carl's doing right now, I have to say. You gotta step up your game, Carl.
Because Mummo is a goddess.
A goddess.
Oh, she's a girl. I keep forgetting it.
Is it?
Yeah, Mummo's a girl. That's why we call her Mummo.
Oh, right, okay. I did not
Girls are
remember
mums.
that.
Not all of them, some of them. By choice. It's a choice.
It's a choice to be a mum, what?
Choice to be a Mummo.
Oh, okay. I identify as a mummo. Men of the Sea
Shut up, Dad!
always spoiling for a good fight. We're gonna send out Poliwag. Oh my god.
I have no words.
It's just like... I don't even know what that's like. It says so much, but it can't put it into words.
With Poliwhirl, doesn't he lose the nose?
Is that a nose?
I think so.
I thought it was a mouth.
Oh, it is a mouth.
It's the lips.
Ew. It's like he's gesturing to like his Pokemon trainer to like pass him the crowbar. Give me a hand, yeah. He's just waiting. The more you look into his eyes, the more you see like, you failed me. I love what's his name? What's his name? Forgot his name.
Huey.
No, the other one.
Carl.
Yeah, I love how like done he is. He's like an angry. That's right. He was the angry teen.
Yeah. Why are you here? I'm just going to Gork. I suggest that you leave. Excuse me? You want me to leave? Gork. Oh, Squawk.
Oh, he's got a lot of Pokemon.
I hate the ones with a lot of Pokemon. They're all weak as anything.
They're all PGs. Oh wow, level 17. That's gonna be annoying to get through.
Yeah. So what have you been up to, Hutch?
Me?
Yes.
What have I been up to? Okay. Let's talk about that. Uni. Next question.
What have you been doing at uni?
Okay.
What are you studying?
I study creative industries, which is what it sounds like. Which whatever that is. I do creative writing, trying to get a job as something one day. But it's very fun.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I think that's the plan for everyone. Unless
Trying to get a job
unless you're a Pidgey,
as something.
you're lazy.
Pidgey already have a
lazy.
job.
Living
have
off
a job
the
of
government.
sucking.
Stupid Pidgey. Go light yourself on fire.
I'll light him on fire for you. It's alright. Oh, never mind. I'll just cut him in half.
Whoa. I don't know what's worse.
Yeah, so you're enjoying your course?
Yes, I'm loving my course. I do a lot of my classes are very chilled and kick back. Sometimes I don't even think I'm at uni. For one of my classes,
It's just not. You're just down the street somewhere. Just
I'm having a coffee. I'm like, uni's great.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not even at uni. Just cuts to you, just like in the club or something.
But for one of my classes, we literally had to colour, because it's an art course, so they're giving us the foundations of for everything. Because I'm with
Colours are the foundation for most things.
yeah, well, I'm with a lot of different art kind of people, writers, painters, sketch artists, musicians. We're all in the same course, and then in the second year of my course, we all get
Diverted into your categories.
yeah, we get to pick. We pick our major and we do our own thing. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. All my teachers are really cool. They're all weirdos, and that's cool because I'm a weirdo. But yeah, uni's good. Love how he's got very serious just then.
Oh, I figure we're versing like 7 Pidgeys in a row. Might as well actually have the conversation, not just be like, oh, Pidgey! Yeah.
I got a story.
Go for
I
it.
was in my philosophy class, and I think I told you this already. I was in my philosophy class, and we did the whole meet and greet thing with the person next to us.
Yeah.
And I started talking to this girl across from me. And I started asking her about stuff she did. She's like, oh, I do YouTube. And I had to do the whole, oh, me too. And it sounded like I was bullshitting. Like I was trying to get in her pants, which I wasn't.
Oh yeah, I do YouTube too.
Yeah, she gave me the look of, no you don't. Like, we just like, shut up. Shut your mouth. And we kept talking a bit, and then my teacher came over and made it worse and said, you don't know guys, this could be the start of something special. And I gave him the, no. She had a different look on her face, like, I don't know. She
was just
I don't know, she was like,
just like winked at you.
No, I don't. I think it was more like, yeah, no, I'd rather die.
You were just like politely, no thanks.
Yeah.
I think I'm good. She's like, kill
Yeah, she just like pulls out a match and sets herself on fire. And she was like, this. I'd rather this. And then she started talking a bit, and she writes as well, and she told me about some of her writing and stuff. And one of the things was, the quote was, I don't know, I'm just very fascinated by death. And I said, oh, aren't we all? I was just like, I'm gonna go sit over here now, okay? Because you're looking at me very funny. That was the last conversation we had. We weren't talking anymore.
Probably for the best.
We still sit next to each other because you pick your spot when you go into a classroom.
And you just stay in that spot.
She'll look at me and go, smile. And I'll give a smile, and that's it. We're sitting really close, but we don't talk.
I'm sorry, but your growlith has nothing in Mummo, so I'm going to bring that out.
Yeah, just show him his boss.
Yeah, so just to talk about myself for 2 seconds. Not trying to
you
myself up, but...
bastard.
No, I'm doing,
Wait, to make it more conversational. So, tell me about uni, Sean.
That's pretty good.
Was that not what you want to talk about?
No.
Fucking prick.
Yeah, I'm doing, I think I've already said this multiple times, like leading up to it and everything, but right now I'm about 4 or 5 weeks into my video game course.
Woo!
And it is amazing.
I like how we're both studying cool stuff that can help with YouTube.
Yeah. I love it. I honestly, honest to God, it is so much fun. And it's not fun because, oh, you get to play games and it's all video games and all that. A lot of people, like, because I'm doing 4 different subjects. One's intro to media, one's intro to games, one's physics, and another one's all programming, computer stuff. And it's, you know, it's all diverse, different. But a lot of it's all sociology and history, and there's a lot of theoretical stuff looking up, like, people that basically wrote the text on play and games and media and society and how it affects people and all that kind of stuff. And so for a lot of people that I know in the class, they're like, oh yeah, it's interesting. I think everyone can agree it's, you know, fairly interesting.
Yeah.
Like, not hard to pay attention to.
I getcha.
But it's also, you have to really use your brain because it's a lot more...
No thank you.
It's a lot more thinking critically about ideas and putting that into words. And so for a lot of people, they're having trouble doing that. Whereas for me, I'm just like, this is great. Like, I have never been more interested in a subject in my life, and I do not mind writing about this.
That's awesome.
And it's just, I'm having such a good time. It's probably one of the first times I've been 100% up to date on all my assessments, done like as good at the job as I can on every single one of them, like no stresses. I honestly, I think I was so unsure when I came up to it, and now I'm just so glad that I chose to do it.
It's very good when assessments don't feel like assessments.
Yeah.
They just feel like fun.
Well, like, sure, leading up to it's like, oh, I've got all this stuff to do and da-da-da, it's like, oh, you know, it's a pile and you have to get through the pile. But at the same time, when I'm actually doing it, it's not like I'm feeling like, God, I need a break or whatever. It's just like, I'm just reading about stuff and like that knowledge is entering my head. Let's get rid of Leah.
Yeah, we don't need Leah.
But yeah, so that's all really fun, and...
That's awesome.
Oh, another thing that I find really cool. If anyone's heard of the game Screen Cheat, it's just recently come out on PS4 and Xbox One. Before that, I think it was a Steam game. It's basically a game where you play multiplayer, and it's like a first-person shooter, but both of the characters you play as are invisible, and the only way that you can see the other person is the screen cheat off their screen to try and figure out where they are.
Yeah, that game's been... I've heard about that game for a while though.
Yeah,
like,
well, it was
swear
on
I
Steam for a
saw-
while, and I was getting up enough hype to finally warrant a release on the consoles. And to my surprise, the person who created it is actually one of my tutors in my course.
That is awesome. That is really awesome.
And I was just like, oh my god, like, it's not just like, everyone's like, oh, in Australia, the gaming industry, and da-da-da. It's hard to get into, and there's not much, most people have to go overseas if they want proper jobs, and well, it's kind of, it just proves that, like, even in the vicinity of my own university, there's people coming together and making stuff that are making it, and it's just like, I don't know, it's kind of inspiring, really.
Yeah, well, and it's good to have that sort of like, I mean, I'm not saying you and your tutor are best mates, but it's sort of good to have that sort of...
Yeah, there's someone you can go talk to about that kind of stuff that knows and has done it and has been successful.
Yeah.
But, you know, even asides from just that one guy, like, they talk about all the big events for the game devs in Australia that they come together, and they come, like, our uni goes to those kind of events and, like, meets up with all the game devs that help you work on games and projects that you're making for uni, and, like, it just sounds so amazing. Like, my biggest concern with when it was, like, coming to making games is there's very specific areas where I am able to be creative. One of them was writing, and I always had an idea of being an author because I really liked reading and writing stories.
Yeah, oh, I get that.
And
sort of
it was
course on it.
Yeah, it was one area where I was able to actually be creative, because in a lot of other areas I didn't have the talents or the ability to think outside the box to come up with my own originality type thing. Like, you know, story ideas, just like boom, 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 one after the other, they progress on themselves. Like, I don't end up writing half of them and they're just in my head progressing. Whereas...
I get that.
If I'm trying to make a nice... just trying to make thumbnails for this channel, it's just like... the hardest thing for me to do, because I can't be creative like that. So it's just like...
I've witnessed it.
It's for, when I'm... Yeah, so certain aspects I'm able to be quite creative, other aspects it's like the opposite. So it's very worried for game design, because it requires you to make your own original idea and turn it into a game, basically. And it's just like, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do that. And
No, you can't.
my backup was basically like, even if I can't, if I join some sort of AAA thing, if I become as good as I hope to be in the industry of programming or whatever I find I might specialize in,
Yeah.
you know, I can help other people with their ideas and get paid for that kind of work and still be good at what I do and become part of like that kind of stuff, and I'd still be somewhere I could go with it. But I'll tell you what, all this like theory, where am I going? I'm like really lost. All this theory that I'm learning, all this knowledge that's like just like absorbing into my head, it's like making me come up with game ideas left, right, and center of just like all these different things, and be able to critically analyze both games that already exist and ideas that I come up with. I say that I'm only like 5 weeks into the course. I might be like talking myself up a little bit more than I should be, but like...
No, it's definitely not that. You gotta stay confident in yourself.
It's like, it's already starting to have an impact on the way I think about things.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like,
that's what you want, man. That's...
What was it? Terror.
Oh, that's right, we're playing a game. We're talking about our own games, and there's one right in front of us. Come on, Pokemon. We're gonna take you over one day. That's one thing I've always wanted to do, though. Like, at the same time, I've thought about making my own characters and stories and stuff like that. But I've also liked the idea of jumping on something like Batman, or jumping into the, like, I mean, I know it's a very, very it'd be amazing if that ever happened, and it'd have to be really good for it to happen. But I've always thought jumping on like Marvel, DC, and writing stories about my favorite characters would be amazing.
Yeah.
Like, because I know these characters, I grew up with these characters, and I feel like that I could make some really good stories for them, like based off everything I've learned from reading comics myself. So that's something. And same with like games like Pokemon. I think I've told you a few times I'd love to jump on this game and be the one who writes the random dialogue that characters say before a battle. Because it's so stupid.
Whose job is that? Like,
It's so dumb.
that would be like the easiest and funniest way to get
I'd
paid.
probably get paid like $1 for every person, but I'd do it still. I'd do it for free. It's so cool.
Just like have a really complex, like weird backstory that just comes together after everyone speaks. Like, like 1 in 10 people just have like mention this one thing, you don't know what it's about until you keep versing more and more people.
Yeah.
Just like, and you don't, even the game devs don't know you're doing it.
Yeah. It's, I don't know, I'm really happy I'm in the course I'm in. Because the course I was in previously was similar, very similar. It was called just professional writing. But the problem I had with that course was, it was probably a good course, I probably just wasn't, it was me. It was me, not the course. The course is well structured. It didn't fit with me because it had a different idea than I had. Like, it was teaching more the, just the writing itself, but rather than what you were actually writing.
Yeah.
Like, just, which is what I want.
Like structure sort of thing rather than like content.
Yeah, which is what I want, but at the same time, I want to be able to, express myself in the way I want to express myself and not get...
Like, really, like, just thinking about it, some of these works that I have to critically analyze for my course, they're written in the most complex and weird ways, and everyone says, like, do not write your essays like this, do not write like this, do not do this, do not copy what they're doing. You're analyzing them, and you don't want to make it this complex. They speak, or you don't want to make it this unstructured or whatever. Like, these people aren't amazing writers, they're amazing thinkers, and put their ideas on paper. In reality, anyone can write what they want. If you're writing something someone else wants to read, something that's like, I don't know what the word is, like, not audible, but like in writing terms, like, it's, you're able to understand it, then they're going to read it anyway. It's just more about what I think structure, particularly like for story writing, is a lot about what you want to convey without content. Like, it's like how you want to make your readers think and feel about what's happening. And being using techniques rather than just, if you just say everything that's happening, it's not going to work.
The reason I decided to become a writer and do this course is because my entire life I've always had like ideas just for things that I'd always want to make, but at the same time it's just like, it's not worth it because like there's no future in that. But I don't know, like, thought about it a lot, and I need to do this. Like, it's something I need to do at this point because like they say not everyone makes it in this business, but there's some part of me that believes I can, and I want to pursue that, and I want to, go through life, and even at the end, if I don't make it to where I thought I was going to make, at least I knew that I gave everything I could. Yeah. And
you've picked up skills on what you're passionate about either way. And it's just like, I don't know, the thing is, the fact that other people do it, like, whatever your dream is, like, I don't know, maybe it's a different matter entirely if you've got a dream that no one else has achieved before. You might have to really plan that out. But in reality, if your dream is to be something that there are many other people doing it successfully, then there's nothing stopping you from doing it other than yourself. Exactly. That's the best way to look at it. And the other thing is, I was going to say, with the internet, like, the internet is probably one of the best things that could have happened for the 21st century. Like, my media class might beg to differ. Okay, it's not all good. Nothing is all good. I got something to say after, so keep going. But with the internet, the cool thing about the internet is, no matter what you do, you can shove crayons up your ass, and there's going to be an audience out there for that. People are going to be into that. There's going to be some selection of people who are going to watch that and be like, yes, I love that. That is so... Finally, someone made this. How long does it have to take before someone sticks green, it up? Green, yellow, orange, purple. This guy does them all. But what the point I'm trying to make is, like, we have a YouTube channel. And we've accumulated... You guys have accumulated, like, about 150 subscribers at the moment. And, like, who knows where we're going to go from here. But it's just nice to know that there's people out there who like to watch what we do. And... there's people out there who draw comics and stuff like that. And
they have their own audience and they can make money from it as well, which is cool. I mean, people jump when people like hear about artists making money for doing the stuff they love. Sometimes they're gonna be, oh, you're only doing it for the money, and it's just, I get a bit annoyed when I hear that because it's just like that's their livelihood. They kind of need to make money doing that. That's what they do. That's their job.
Yeah.
You don't get mad at the police officer when they do stuff for money. I mean, that's a bad example. Probably would. But like it's their job. So sometimes you have to do a few things. Like when people call actors and artists sellouts, that bugs me because they need money to live. So sometimes they need to do stuff to make sure that they can survive. And once they're financially well off, then they can do what they want. They have to lay that groundwork.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I've heard this. I've heard a lot of people talk about this before, but yeah, it's that's just the way it is. But yeah, the cool thing about the internet is you can do whatever you want. We're playing games, man, and there's people watching it. You guys are watching this. You know how cool that is?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we have a like global community, and like you're always gonna find an audience for something you do, which is awesome. So yeah,
I might just have to stop you there because
I know. I'm looking at the time. It's like
we've been going for a while. I was
Shut
just
the
gonna
fuck
go
up.
through the tower, but now I've realised I need to cross the seas, and so I just caught a crabby.
oh,
So we might name him on the next episode of Justice League. Hope you've enjoyed our little rants about life.
yeah, I think I like it. It's good.
Yeah. We'll catch you next time.
See you guys.